Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a poem, that is the Ball poem written by John Berryman. At the outset, this poem might appear as a light-hearted poem, but it gives us an important message. Okay, the poem is about a little boy, about a child who loses a ball in the water. Because of this loss, the boy is very upset. Though the ball does not cost too much, it gives a big shock to him. He keeps staring at the place where his ball has gone. Now, when the ball is gone, the boy is standing there, he is staring at the ball, but he is not able to recover from that loss. The poet sees all this. The poet is seeing, you can see that the boy is very upset, he is grieved, but the poet doesn't interfere with the boy's ruminations. The poet thinks that the loss of the ball will teach the boy a lesson of accepting the loss with tolerance and pleasure. Now, when we are growing up, we learn many things. Out of them, one thing is to cope up with the loss. The boy is learning that very lesson. That is why the poet is not interfering with his ruminations. Everyone has to lose something or the other in this world. Still, they are to survive and fulfill their obligations. Similarly, here the boy also have to continue living because the life doesn't end with the loss of a ball. This loss makes the boy learn that gains and losses are part and parcel of life. One should accept them as a common matter. Okay, so the boy is on his way of learning. He is learning to cope up with the loss. He is learning the epistemology of loss. So we'll begin the poem. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go. Now the poet begins the poem by saying that what is the boy going to do now? The boy has lost his ball. So what is he going to do now? The poet can see the ball bouncing happily into the water, merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over. There it is in the water. The ball has rolled down the street and now it has merrily gone inside the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. Now the poet thinks for a moment that he should console the boy, but then he thinks that it's of no use, it's worthless to console the boy by saying that there are other balls, and the boy is grieved and he is staring at the ball. As he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Now he is standing there, he is rigid, he is trembling, he is staring at the ball. The ball reminds him of his childhood days, all the days that he has passed with the ball. A dime, I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility in a world of possessions. Now, the poet understands that such false consolation will not make the boy feel any better, and a feeling of grief has come over the boy. He stands very straight for some time and then starts shivering all over. The boy starts shivering. He watches the ball go into the harbor and down in the water. And he feels that his childhood has also taken the same route away from him. As the ball has gone away from him, similarly he feels that his childhood is also gone away from him. At such a time, the poet feels that it would be wrong to go up to the boy and intrude on his solitude. The boy should be there alone, thinking and learning the lessons of life. Giving him a dime to purchase another ball will not hold any value for him. Dime means 10 cents. Dime means it's a US currency. Dime means 10 cents. And the poet at one time feels that he should hand over a dime to the boy so that he can get a new ball. But at another point of time, he thinks that it is of no use. Will be of no value because the ball that has gone has emotions attached with the boy and it's of no use. He senses first responsibility. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. So the poet tells us that the boy has to learn many things, and the ball, looking after the ball, is his responsibility. Our world is a materialistic world, a world of possessions. A world of possessions means a world of materialistic things. We own many things, and it is our responsibility to to keep our ball or our things with us, because other people might take our things. Other people might take the little boy's ball, and it might be lost in some way or the other, and no one buys the ball back. Money is external. No one will buy another ball for you. Money is external. With money you can buy another ball, but you cannot buy inner peace. Money cannot buy you the happiness that you used to get with that ball. Here the ball is the symbol of all possessions, all materialistic things. We should be responsible of our things. We should take good care of our things. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of laws, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. Now, though the boy's eyes have become filled with awful sadness, the boy is learning an important lesson behind his desperate eyes, sad eyes. What is he learning? He is learning the epistemology of loss. Epistemology means understanding the nature. He is understanding the nature of loss, and how to stand up, how to cope up with the loss, how to accept the loss, and then move on. So many people, they have to suffer much losses, and few people, they have to suffer very few losses. So here the boy also have to learn an important lesson. So here the poet has told us about what our responsibility is in this world of possessions, in this materialistic world. Here the poet, the ball also stands for our relatives and friends, our family and friends. Okay, and the loss of the ball symbolizes their death. As we grow older, we will become more and more accustomed to seeing our loved ones die, because they will die, and we have to cope up with that loss, with their death. We will learn how to deal with such a loss and to move on from it. Okay, so this is the poem, and we'll continue with the poetic devices in our next class.